Hello everyone and welcome to a new video on the channel. Sorry it's been a while since I've done one of these. This is obviously my next part in my in-depth Blu-ray collection. This is all of the C's. If I'm being honest, I just completely forgot. I've had quite a busy week, done a lot, so I've not had very many videos out this week, but hopefully, because I've got more time next week, there'll be more videos out. There isn't a massive load, but it still probably might take a while, because I'd say there's about maybe 15, 20 here to go through, and I'll do what I did in the last ones, show you the film, read you the synopsis, give you my opinion on the film if I've seen it. So let's get started straight away. So this is a film from last year, one of the last films I saw in the cinema. I'll just show what it is anyway. Call of the Wild. It says Harrison Ford. He is not in it as much as I was thinking he would be in it, as everyone thought he would be in it, as shown from the trailer. He was in it for about 20 minutes towards the end and a little bit at the start. So really it shouldn't be branded as a Harrison Ford film, because there were more people in it that were in it for a longer runtime than he was. But I still enjoyed the film, thought it was really good time. So I'll read you the synopsis. The Call of the Wild vividly brings to life the story of Buck, a big-hearted dog, and the man, Harrison Ford, he must learn to trust. When he is suddenly uprooted from his California home and transplanted to the exotic wilds of the Alaskan Yukon, Buck experiences the adventure of a lifetime, ultimately finding his true place in the world. So that is The Call of the Wild. Next up is a Steven Spielberg film, and one I've not seen for a long time, but I remember having a really good time with, and that is Catch Me If You Can, starring Leonardo DiCaprio and Tom Hanks. As I say, it's been quite a long time since I watched this, so I can't remember too much about it, but I can remember that I did really enjoy it when I did watch it. So I am looking forward to rewatching it again in the near future. But in case you don't know what it is about, I shall tell you. Catch Me If You Can follows Frank W. Abagnale Jr. as he successfully passes himself off as a pilot, a lawyer, and a doctor, all before his 21st birthday. So he's basically a con artist. I think it's like in the 70s, 60s, 70s. And he's a con artist, and Tom Hanks is like an FBI agent, sort of. I think he's more, I don't know exactly his role, but he works for the FBI, and he's chasing him, trying to catch him. Hence the title, Catch Me If You Can. So yeah, that's it. Catch Me If You Can. Next up is a film directed by Clint Eastwood and starring Angelina Jolie and John Malkovich, based on a true story. One I've not seen yet, but it looks quite good, and that is Changeling. I've not seen it, but it looks quite good. I have seen the trailer, which also looked quite good. Looks like quite an interesting film. So I'll read you the synopsis. Los Angeles, 1928, when single mother Christine Collins, played by Angelina Jolie, leaves to work, her son vanishes without a trace. 5 months later, the police reunite mother and son, but he isn't her boy. Driven by one woman's relentless quest for the truth, the case exposes a world of corruption, captivates the public, and changes LA forever. That is Changeling. Next up is a film directed by Roman Polanski and starring Jack Nicholson and Faye Dunaway, and that is Chinatown from 1974, I think. I believe it's 1974. Yeah, it is. I just found it. Really good film. Really enjoyed this. I do like Jack Nicholson, and I really wanted to check this out for a long time, so I managed to get it towards the start of this year and watch it. It's a really good film. It paved the way for a lot of films like this. It's because it's like a very crime noir film where he plays a private detective. It even says here on the back, it's a top 100 movie of all time. That's from the American Film Institute. And I really, as I say, really like this. I think it's one of Jack Nicholson's best roles. Yeah, I'll read you the synopsis anyway. In a legendary performance, 3-time Academy Award winner Jack Nicholson stars as a private eye, Jake Gitz. Hired by a mysterious woman to investigate Hollis Mulray, the chief engineer of the Los Angeles Department of Water and Power, Gitz Sleuthing brings him into contact with Moray's wife, played by Faye Dunaway, a stunning socialite with secrets of her own. As the determined Git delves deeper, he soon realizes that even the City of Angels has a dark side. That is Chinatown. Next up is a classic from my childhood, which I haven't seen for a long time. I really need to watch because I loved this as a kid. It stars Dick Van Dyke, Sally Ann Howes, and Lionel Jeffries, and that is Chitty Bang Man. As I say, I loved this as a kid. Loved the music in it, but it has been a long time since I've watched it, so I can't remember too much. With most of the films that I've got that I haven't seen for a long time, all I can remember was having fun with them and really enjoying them, hence me having them in my collection. But if you don't know what this is about, I shall tell you. Dick Van Dyke stars as eccentric inventor Caraticus Potts, who creates an extraordinary car that not only drives but also flies and floats, as it leads him, his two children, and his beautiful lady friend, Truly Scrumptious, played by Sally Ann Howes, into a magical world of pirates, castles, and endless adventure. That is Chitty Bang Man. Next up is an underrated, well, what I feel is an underrated Adam Sandler comedy. Some people hate it, some people like it, like I do. It also stars Kate Beckinsale and Christopher Walken, and that is Click. I really like this. I think it's got quite a lot of laughs in it. I like the story, and I would say I'm a fan of Adam Sandler films. He has done quite a lot of bad films, but I find enjoyment out of most of them, except for Jack and Jill, which I don't think anyone likes. Um, saying that, that's been an awful long time since I've watched that, so I might find some enjoyment out of that, even though it's supposed to be one of the world's worst films. But hey, oh, everyone finds enjoyment from all sorts of things. So, but yeah, really like this. Probably will watch it again soon because it's not a long film, and I do like Adam Sandler. So I am trying to get as many of his films as I can. In case you haven't seen this, I shall tell you what it is about. A harried workaholic, Michael Newman, played by Adam Sandler, doesn't have time for his wife, played by Kate Beckinsale, and children, not if he's to impress his ungrateful boss and earn a well-deserved promotion. So when he meets Morty, played by Christopher Walken, a loopy sales clerk, he gets the answer to his prayers, a magical remote that allows him to bypass life's little distractions with increasingly hysterical results. That is Click. Next up is a film I don't really know much about. I know sort of have a gist of what it's about. And this director, this is his only good film. He's done two other films, and they are horrible films. Well, one of them I like. Not no one else likes that film. You'll know what I'm talking about in a minute. And he did one last year, which was also apparently terrible, but I haven't seen it, so I can't say myself. But this is supposed to be really good, and that is Chronicle, obviously directed by Josh Trank, who did Fantastic Four, which, as I say, I like, but nobody else seems to like, and Capone, which I've heard is terrible. But this is apparently really good, so I'm happy to have this to check it out, and it's the extended edition as well. So yeah, looking forward to watching this. It says, when three ordinary high school friends make an extraordinary discovery, they acquire amazing abilities beyond their understanding. They can move objects with their minds, crush cars at will, and even fly. But as their strengths grow, so do their darker sides. When harmless pranks give way to more dangerous escapades, their lives spin recklessly out of control, leading to an explosive, high-flying climax that will leave you breathless. That is Chronicle. Next up is another Steven Spielberg film, which is a classic. I think this was his second major film. I've not seen it, but it stars an actor who is in my second favourite film of all time. The actor in question is Richard Dreyfuss, and the film in question is Close Encounters of the Third Kind. I really want to watch this, but one of the reasons I haven't watched this is because this specific edition comes with the original theatrical version, which is 135 minutes, the special edition, which is 132 minutes, and the director's cut, which is 137 minutes. And I don't really know which one to watch, so if anyone can help me out which one you should think I should watch first, let me know in the comments, and then I will watch it as soon as I can, because then I'll know which one to put on. But I really don't know which is the best to watch, what the differences are between them all. I've not really looked into it. But if you have this, or you know you've seen all of them and you know which one's the best, let me know in the comments, because that would be very helpful. But let's read the synopsis. Richard Dreyfuss stars as cable worker Roy Neary, who along with several other stunned bystanders experience a close encounter of the first kind, witnessing UFOs soaring across the sky. After this life-changing event, the inexplicable vision of a strange mountain-like formation haunts him. He becomes obsessed with discovering what it represents, much to the dismay of second kind. No, much. Sorry, it's so small the writing I can't follow it. Much to the dismay of his wife and family. Meanwhile, bizarre occurrences are happening around the world. Government agents have close encounters of the second kind, discovering physical evidence of extraterrestrial visitors in the form of a lost fighter aircraft from World War II and a stranded military ship that disappeared decades earlier, only to suddenly reappear in unusual places. Roy continues to chase his visions to a remote area where he and the agents follow the clues that have drawn them to reach a site where they will have a close encounter of the third kind. Contact. That is Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Next up is another favourite from my childhood. I've not seen for a long time, but I really liked as a kid, and that is Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. This was a good film from what I remember as a kid. Whether it holds up now, I don't know. I've not seen it for a long time. I will watch it at some point, but it was directed by Lord Miller, who did obviously Into the Spider-Verse. What else did they done? They did Connected, I think, or The Mitchells versus the Machines, which came out this year. And I don't know if they're doing Into the Spider-Verse 2. I don't know if they got anything to do with that, but they got a lot of their stuff coming. So yeah, but Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs I really liked. When eccentric wannabe scientist Flint Lockwood's latest contraption accidentally destroys the town square and rockets up into the clouds, delicious cheeseburgers start raining from the sky. But when Flint bites off more than he can chew, his miraculous machine starts to run amok, unleashing spaghetti tornadoes and giant meatballs that threaten the world. Now it's up to Flint, with the help of weather girl Sam Sparks, played by Anna Faris, and Steve, his talking monkey assistant, to prevent a global disaster of epic proportions. That is Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. We're about halfway there, I think. We've got, how many have we got left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 left. I will go as quick as I can because this has already gone on a bit long, but I'll try and get it in 20 minutes. So next up is a film with a great cast. I really like this. A lot of people don't like this, but I really liked it. It stars Will Smith, Edward Norton, Keira Knightley, Michael Pena, Naomi Harris, Jacob Lattimore, Kate Winslet, and Helen Mirren, and that is Collateral Beauty. As I say, I really like this. Think it's a really good film, but I hear that most other people don't agree with me and think that it's not that good. But each to their own. Every film in my collection, if I've seen it, it means that I like it. Otherwise, I won't have it in my collection. So yeah, Collateral Beauty. I'm not going to read the synopsis on anymore because otherwise we'll be here too long. I'll just give you my thoughts on the films. Still in depth, but if you do want to know what any of the films are about, I'll just do that, show you the back like that. So you can read it, pause it and read it if you want to. But yeah, so yeah, next one is a film that I watched on the last day of the worst year, which was last year for the first time. New Year's Eve I watched this. Really like this, and I've only recently got this. It stars Mel Gibson and Julia Roberts, and that is Conspiracy Theory, which is directed by Richard Donner. I really like this. I think it's got a lot of good bits of comedy in it, lots of good thriller in it. The acting's really good, and I just really like the story. In fact, on the back it says one of the smartest, scariest, and funniest thrillers in years. So that just shows what type of a film it is. If you want to read the back, I don't know if you can see. Don't know if it focus. If you can't read the back, just search the film up. I mean, it is easy enough, but I do like to try and give you so you know what the film is about. Next up is a film from the director of my favourite film. He is also my favourite director, starring Jodie Foster and Matthew McConaughey, and that is Contact. I really like this. I think this is the best alien contact film there is out there. and before watching this I hadn't really heard much about it. I watched this around this time last year. I think it was April last year actually. I watched this for the first time, and I hadn't heard much about it, but I really like this, and now I would recommend it to anyone that also hasn't heard it like I hadn't, to go and watch it, because it is a really good film, and I really enjoy it. Here we go. As I say, I don't know if it's focusing, if you can read it, but I'll still show them in case it does. Next up is a cop thriller directed by James Mangold, who's obviously also done Walk the Line, Logan, Le Mans 66, and is also doing Indiana Jones 5. This stars Sylvester Stallone, Harvey Keitel, Ray Liotta, and Robert De Niro, and that is Copland. I really like this. I think it's a really good cop thriller. Got a lot of good things about it. Good twists. And just a really good film, I think. So yeah. But I've heard, I don't know if this is right because I heard it a long time ago, that apparently Sylvester Stallone and Robert De Niro didn't really get on whilst making this, or something like that. The film had a lot of problems whilst it was in production. I know that they obviously, the two of them couldn't have had much big problems because they did reunite years later for Grudge Match, which I really like. Another one I need to get. So they couldn't have had too much of problems if that was true. But I know that this did have quite a lot of problems when it was in production. So, but it's a good film. So, yeah, I really enjoy it. There we go. That's Copland. Not too many now. This one, I don't know if I'm going to watch it, to be honest. I've heard it's really bad. Doesn't sound particularly interesting either. But it is directed by Ridley Scott and has got a good cast, which is the only reason I've kept it. This is directed by Ridley Scott, and that is The Counselor, the extended cut, starring Michael Fassbender, Penelope Cruz, Cameron Diaz, Javier Bardem, and Brad Pitt. Yeah, the only reason I've got this is because I've heard... Well, no, not... The only reason I have kept this is because of the director and of the cast. Nothing else. I will watch it at some point, but I'm not expecting much because I have heard it's not that great. So, but yeah, I think I got this cheap anyway, about 50p, so it's not big loss at the end of the day. No, I don't think you can see that, so I don't even know why I'm really showing. But oh well. This one I think is one of my favourite romantic comedies. It is regarded as one of the best modern romantic comedies. For a Steve Carell film, I think this is one you should check out. In fact, the whole of this cast, I think this is almost all of their standout films. Agree to disagree, because all of these actors have really good films. This stars Steve Carell, Ryan Gosling, Julianne Moore, Emma Stone, Marissa Tomei, and Kevin Bacon, and that is Crazy Stupid Love, which I absolutely love. Sorry for the, is it pun? I don't really know, but yeah, really love this. Great romantic comedy. This feels quite heavy, so it comes with just the Blu-ray. I can show you this one. And is this a DVD or did? No, it's backwards. I got this from Music Magpie and I never checked the discs, obviously. Yeah, DVD as well. So, yeah, that is Crazy Stupid Love. Really recommend that. Next up is a sequel to a film that is technically also a sequel, but not a sequel at the same time. You'll get it when I say it. I haven't got the first one yet, but I will be getting it soon, hopefully. And this has got a lovely slipcover and stars Michael B. Jordan and Sylvester Stallone, and that is Creed 2. I really like this. I prefer the first one, as most people do, but I still think it's really good. I like what they did with the Dragos, although I've not seen any of the Rocky films, so I don't really know what happens in them. Well, I sort of do, but I've not seen them, so I don't know the full details. But this is like more of a redemption kind of film, and I really like it. I'm looking forward to the third one, which is next year. And Michael B. Jordan is directing it, which will be interesting. So, yeah, really good film. If you've not seen any of the Creed films or the Rocky films, I would recommend it, even though I've not seen the Rocky films, so I can't say that. Anyway, two more. This one is one that I watched when it first came out, and I got it because it's got slipcover. I believe I got it cheap, and it's got a great cast. It stars Kevin Costner, Gary Oldman, Tommy Lee Jones, Alice Eve, and Gal Gadot, and that is Criminal. I believe this is. It also has Ryan Reynolds in right at the start, but he's not got a massive part in it. But I believe this is when they have to put someone's mind in a criminal, and all his memories are in the criminal, and he has to try and solve something. I can't remember. It's been such a long time, but I remember enjoying it for what it was when I did watch it. So I will check this out again soon. That is Criminal. And last but not least is a film directed by Tony Scott and starring Denzel Washington and Gene Hackman. Personally, it's my favourite submarine film. The only other one I think I've seen anyway is The Hunt for Red October, which I still really like, but I personally prefer this one, and that is Crimson Tide. I think this is very tense, really good thriller, and I like the friction and how Washington and Hackman play off of each other. I just think it's really well done, and the dialogue's really good, really tense. Yeah, I would really recommend this. I think it's quite underrated, to be honest. So yeah, check that out, Crimson Tide. And that is it. Sorry it's gone on for a bit long. Good job I didn't read the synopsis for the rest of them. I think from now on, I'm just going to give you my opinion on the film so the video isn't too long, especially as we get to more, where I have more of that film. I'm not doing very well with words today. I don't know what's wrong. It's probably the heat because it is extremely hot today, so my mind's gone a bit funny. But anyway, that is it. So thank you everyone for watching. If you've seen any of these, got any of these, let me know in the comments. Also, let me know if any of you know what the best version of Close Encounters of the Third Kind is to watch first. Anything in the comments, I'll get back to anyone that takes the time to leave a comment. Also, don't forget to like the video if you did enjoy this particular video, or dislike it if for some reason you don't like the video. But if you do choose to dislike it, I would appreciate it if you could let me know down in the comments what you didn't like about it. Also, subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, and turn the notification bell on so you know when I have a new video uploaded on the channel. And that is it. So thank you for watching everyone, and until next time, goodbye.